So it's been a little over a week since my last video, but you can trust I've been keeping up to date on all of the latest news in the gaming space. And one of my more recent videos was covering some PlayStation news in regards to Days Gone apparently not being approved for a sequel by Sony. And this upset me, so I decided to make a video discussing it and other news at the time. But since that time, we've heard from a few people who were involved in the production of Days Gone, and one in particular had something really spicy to say to the customers who buy their games. So we're going to go ahead and jump right into this. Let's get started. So over the weekend, I was checking out a replay of a live stream over on David Jaffe's YouTube channel. And if you don't know who David Jaffe is, he's the creator of Twisted Metal and the original God of War games, among many other things over at PlayStation. And he gets a lot of flack in the community nowadays, but to be honest, for me personally, I kind of like the guy. Now, I'm not going to sit here and pretend I'm a big listener or watcher of his content, but every now and then he'll interview someone that I'm interested in, and he usually does a pretty damn good job of it. Well, he recently interviewed Garvin, who was the director of Days Gone, and I decided I'd check it out because I really love Days Gone, and I just thought it would be cool to listen to what he has to say on all this news. And there really was a lot of cool stuff in the interview. I didn't get to watch the whole thing because it's like almost 5 hours long, but I watched a lot of it and he said some cool things. But there was one point in the interview where he says that, quote, if you love a game, buy it at full price. And this was his way of saying that it's important to show support for a game so that these companies can see the support and push forward with sequels and other content. And here's the thing, when I first heard this come out of his mouth, I was kind of shocked, but at the same time, I saw his point, and I even almost found myself agreeing with him. The key word there is almost. You see, I had to think about it for a minute. I thought to myself, how do I know if I love a game until I play it? And let me be clear, that's exactly what David Jaffe said in response to this quote. I mean, I don't know about you, but there are very few studios that make games that I feel 110% confident investing in at full price. I think if I had to name them, I could probably do it on one hand. I mean, obviously I'd have 343 just for the mainline Halo series, but then outside of that, I'd go Naughty Dog, Rockstar, Bethesda for the single-player RPGs, not that online stuff, and then probably Respawn Entertainment. And outside of that, I'm very wary with my money. But even with all that being said, I was there day one for Days Gone. I didn't care about the low Metacritic score. I saw the gameplay demo at E3 with a huge horde chasing Deacon and knew what this game was about. It's basically bikers and zombies in an open world, and that's a cool concept. So I had no problem handing over that $60 plus tax to play it. But like I said before, instances like this are few and far between for me. I mean, if it's not a game that's made by one of those devs I listed earlier, then I'm not always confident enough to spend full price on a game. Like, for me personally, I absolutely loved Assassin's Creed Odyssey, so I went out and got Valhalla day one at full price. But I still had that feeling of doubt and disgust in my stomach. And it's not because I think poorly of the devs over at Ubisoft or that I think they don't deserve my money for some reason. It's the fact that it's my money. I wasn't guaranteed to enjoy Valhalla the same way that I enjoyed Odyssey. I took a risk and it paid off. But I'm getting off topic, and I apologize. The real topic here is the quote by Garvin. First of all, it's not the coolest thing to say to your fans, especially right now during a pandemic when people are struggling financially. I'm also not a believer of this idea that a fan owes developers anything other than being a fan. Like, if you're really a fan and want to show your support, then all you can do is play the game and enjoy it. It shouldn't matter whether you bought it on sale or full price. I mean, let's just say for the sake of the argument, I didn't pick up Days Gone at launch, but I picked it up on sale months later, and I absolutely love it, or even better yet, maybe I didn't get it on PS4 at all, and my first time playing it was through the PS Plus collection on PS5. and I'm singing its praises on social media to anyone who will listen. Friends, strangers, I don't care. Does that make me a bad person compared to the guy or girl who was there day one and bought it full price? Because let's not forget, this is a brand new IP. You see, 343 expects people to be there day one for Halo. Naughty Dog expects people to be there day one. Rockstar expects people to be there day one. But new IPs are risky in that regard because unless I really loved what I saw from the trailers or gameplay demos, then I'm not buying a brand new IP at full retail price. In fact, just a little while ago, I bought Immortals Phoenix Rising on sale for Xbox Series X. I wasn't going to pay full price for that game, because I don't know what to expect from that game. I saw some gameplay and I thought, hey, it looks kinda cool, maybe I'll check it out if it goes on sale. And that's exactly what I did. And that's not because new IPs aren't important. Because keep in mind, your favorite franchise was once a new IP. At one time, Call of Duty was a new IP. Halo was a new IP. Uncharted was a new IP. All of these games had to start somewhere. And it's important that they cultivate a fan base that wants to see more adventures within those worlds. But saying that someone needs to pay full price for everything not only doesn't really make sense to me, but it's also just kind of a dick thing to say. Especially when you consider that this guy used to work for a company that at this very moment is now hell-bent on selling you games at $70. A good example of this would be an upcoming game called Returnal for the PS5. It looks like a game that a lot of people might like, but I'm still not sold on it, and I'm 1000% not going to spend $70 on it. If I ever get that game, it'll be because I picked it up on sale for a decent price, and it's not because I hate the developer or never want to see them make a Returnal 2, it's because it's a risk. See, this is what's silly about the guy's comments. Once again, how am I supposed to know if I truly love a game before I play it? I cannot see into the future. And I don't know about you all, but I'm not the kind of person to take chances with my money. If I'm unsure about a game, then I wait for a sale, or even better yet, I play it in Game Pass if it's available. But that's another topic entirely, and I've already talked about how great I think Game Pass is numerous times on this channel. But in the case of Days Gone, it's not like it's sold poorly, it just happened to sell poorly compared to Sony's other new big IP, Horizon Zero Dawn. But make no mistake, the game did numbers. It even outsold God of War 2018 in Japan, and it was the 7th highest debut for any Sony published title. I honestly think that the fans more than did their job to show Sony that they support Ben's studio and the Days Gone franchise. But ultimately, it's not up to us, the fans, to decide if a game gets a sequel. That's up to Sony, that's up to Microsoft, that's up to Nintendo, that's up to whoever. But it's not the fans' choice. But at the end of the day, I just think that this is a bad take. On the best of days, this is a bad take. But considering where a lot of people are in the world right now financially at the moment, it just isn't the right time to be saying this. But what do you guys think? I mean, maybe you disagree with me. Do you think he's right? Do you think he's wrong? Let me know in the comments below what you're thinking. Leave a like if you liked the video, and please subscribe because it really does help more than you know. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.